So welcome to Osborne Samuel at the new gallery on Dering Street. Many of you will know us from our Bruton Street gallery, where we were for many years and lived very happily. And we've now moved from there to a dedicated gallery space, a very beautiful gallery space. It was first opened by Anthony Doffey in a block just at the top of Bond Street on Dering Street, which is well known for the quality of its galleries. In fact, where we are, David Judah, Annalee Judah Gallery is upstairs, known for his Hockney exhibitions amongst many others, and there are two galleries also on the ground floor. So we're at the top of Bond Street, just before Oxford Street, opposite Bonham's, very easy location to find, 5 minutes walk from where we were on Bruton Street. These are exciting times to be in London. London has always been at the centre of the art world, no more so than now, with a lot of activity in galleries, at the art fairs, of course, and at the auction houses. And our speciality is modern British. It's not all of what we do, but it is at the heart of what we do. And so the timing is perfect for us to be here, and we can, with confidence, plan ahead with an exhibition program off into the future, focusing on the key artists who we represent. We'll be having a look a little later at some of the particular artworks which are typical of the kind of work we deal in. Many of you will know me, Peter Osborne. I'm the director with Gordon Samuel. We both started Osborne Samuel, and our key colleagues have all come from Bruton Street, and we will carry on doing here all the things that we did in Bruton Street and for which we're well known. And that means very good gallery exhibitions, great publications on the key artists who we represent, such as Moore and Chadwick and Keith Vaughan. And also, of course, we'll still be at the art fairs. If anything, that's the way the market is moving, and you'll see bigger and brighter presences for us at the art fairs, both in the UK and overseas. Some of you will have seen us at Masterpiece, where, of course, we did a pretty spectacular installation this year, and that's typical of the way we're going to be going in the future. The gallery has been really well constructed, and we were very fortunate when we came here, because the previous occupants of the gallery, right back to the early days when it was Anthony Doffey's first gallery in London, really concentrated on beautiful design. So as you see, the walls are well made, the hanging system is ideal. One of the main walls in the gallery actually rotates on its axis, and so we have the opportunity to play around with room spaces. Very ingenious sliding storage, back offices have all been fitted in. So the first thing that surprised us when we moved in is that we can actually hang as many pictures as we could in Bruton Street. The space itself is slightly smaller than Bruton Street, but we've got just as much hanging space as we had before. And we're really enjoying working with the new wall shapes and the new hanging system and the new lights and everything else. It's just come together so well. You can always find great works of art, and our inventory does change in the gallery from time to time, not just when we've got major exhibitions, but we're always bringing things in, we're always making new discoveries. For example, this wonderful Henry Moore drawing on my right, which is an absolutely stunning drawing from the 50s, which illustrates exactly what Henry Moore was doing at the time, examining the construction of the reclining figure, the relationship of the mother and child, playing around also with the idea of concave images. So the mother figure is pushed back into a sort of cave-like concept, which helps enormously to sort of structure the figure in the context and in the shape. So that's a really, really special Moore drawing. It's a very big Moore drawing. It's one of the biggest ones we've ever had, and a real treat to have in the gallery. Behind me are William Scott. Again, we work directly with the Scott family. First had that picture in the gallery, in the old gallery, in 1988, and it's come back to us since then from the family. We're particularly keen on the work of William Scott, both the earlier works and the later works, and we've started to take Scott now more and more to America, where he did show in the 1960s and 1970s, and so we're following up on some of those New York gallery exhibitions and giving him the international exposure that he deserves. Here we have a Lynn Chadwick sculpture. Many of you will know that we certainly represent Lynn Chadwick. I've worked with Chadwick now for over 30 years, and we're continually making new discoveries with Chadwick. We have an exhibition of Chadwick every 3 years, and people perhaps know us more for Moore and Chadwick around the world than anything else because of the number of exhibitions that we've done, museum shows and so forth. So it's a very, very essential part of what we do. We're also very keen on constructivism. So over there in the corner, a major work, probably the major work by John Ernest, one of the great British constructivist artists. In fact, he counts as an American, but we include him in the shows that we do here of constructivism, a really, really important work from the 60s. So look out for more constructivism from the gallery. We've done 2 shows in the past and 2 important publications to go with them. But when we get things of this quality, we feel determined to reposition British constructivism on the international map.
Osborne Samuel has specialised in prints for many, many years. Peter and I both started our careers in print, and it's always been a very important part of our activities within the gallery. The gallery has specialised in the artists of the Grosvenor School of Modern Art, which began in Pimlico in 1925. Claude Flight, one of the principal artists, was the leader of this movement, and Cyril Power, who was the lecturer in architecture there. Sybil Andrews was the school secretary. Lil Schudy came from Switzerland, and some Australians, Ethel Spowers, Evelyn Syme, and Eileen Mayo were also involved. We represent the estate of Edward Wadsworth, and we are specialists in the works of C.R.W. Nevinson, Christopher Nevinson, whom we gave a very large retrospective exhibition to in 2014 to commemorate the beginning of the First World War, and was one of probably the largest collection of Nevinson prints that have ever been amassed, even in his lifetime. We also work with contemporary prints, and we have works by Jim Dine, by William Kentridge, and these are all shown during the two principal print fairs that we show at the London Print Fair at the Royal Academy of Arts every spring, and every autumn at the IFPDA Print Fair in New York.
Like all galleries, we're adapting to the future. The art world is changing, and how people communicate with us and where they want to see us and what they like to know from us is also changing. So our activity, the quality of what we do, our website, for example, is going to be overhauled. Our management systems are being overhauled. We're very active on social media, so you'll find us on Instagram, obviously on Facebook and other social media sites like Artsy and ArtNet. Very important part of the way the gallery is going to develop from now on. And we intend to carry on with our full programme of exhibitions, running forward into the future, focusing on the key modern British artists, which is our speciality. You're going to be seeing a major modern British sculpture exhibition with a lot of exciting new discoveries. That's in October of this year. Planning a Chadwick exhibition, another Lynn Chadwick exhibition for spring of next year. There's another Henry Moore exhibition on the horizon, another Keith Vaughan exhibition, and some very good new publications that we're working on as well.